Hi everybody, in this video we're going to work on the sleeveless bodice. So if you want sleeves, you're going to wait for the next one and we'll go over that. So I've gone ahead and done the first step. You're going to put your lining and your main right sides together, laid out flat, and you're going to make sure that your seams match as well as kind of the center of the curved parts match. You can use a serger or use a zigzag stitch or whatever your stitch you're using for knits. And you're going to go all the way around. Then you're going to take the two and kind of, I'll lower this so you can see it a bit better. You're going to flip it inside out, or right side out, sorry. So you're going to just make sure that your seams, you're curving that right over so that they're touching on both sides. And then flip either side of the curve in as well. And then you're going to see that your neckline, all the seams, the raw edges are hidden nicely. So now we have to work on getting the rest of the seams also hidden. And this looks a little bit tricky in the directions. It's not all that clear. So I'll see what I can do today to make it more clear. So now you have it right sides up on both sides, and unless you've used a different fabric, either side can be the main or the lining. I have the back of the bodice, the longer curved part over here towards me, and the front over here. And you're going to start by taking the bottom lining, what will be my lining, and folding it under. So right now, right here is the wrong side. I'm going to flip it under, so I'm almost blocking the circle in the middle by flipping that under. So I just have the main right here. There's only one layer. And then I'm going to take the two middle pieces right here and just keep them in the middle, kind of roll them up a little bit here. So then I have the lining, the right side on one half over here and the right side on this one. And that's what I'm going to fold over, matching my seams. And that's the line that you're going to sew. So I'm going to use clips to clip my seams to match those up. Right there, and then I'm also going to go right to the end piece. You're not going to do this straight edge, just the curve. So match up your two corners. And then go to the other side and match those ones. And again, be sure that this is the right sides of the fabric that you're putting together. So I have those, and I'm going to do it on my serger, but again, you can use your sewing machine. And you're going to sew this, this circle shape, this half circle, right around there. And then we're going to wiggle out the middle part and do the other side. Just turn this so you can see. So again, starting from one set of corners, not the flat side. And just be careful that you're not catching the fabric kind of in the middle of the sandwich. You want to make sure that stays tucked in. And again, make sure your seams match right up. So I'm just going to trim my threads. I think I lost one thread here. Let me just quickly rethread that. So now you should have that edge sewn up, and you're just going to kind of reach in here and pull out the middle fabric. And if you've sewn yourself into a knot, that's okay. Just take out, get your seam ripper and try it again. So when you've pulled it out, then you should have one side, you have both your neckline and the side, the seams perfectly hidden. So now we're going to go to the other side, and again, so this is our finish. Let me pull this back. This is our finished side here, our neckline and our outside piece. So you're going to go to the side that's closest to you now, that should be still open. You're going to tuck the bottom one under, so again, blocking that hole in the middle. You're going to take your finished side and just squeeze it, lay it flat as you can in between the two. And then again, you're going to bring the back side over to the front, and it should be right sides together. You're going to match your seams up and then match the corners. And again, just be sure that the middle part is tucked far enough in where you won't catch it when you're going around the middle. It gets a little tight. And we'll go around that curve one more time. Again, match up that middle seam. All right, so it should be all done. You can clip your threads. And you want to pull out the middle once again. It's always kind of a surprise each time if you actually sewed the right sides together. And so at this point, we should have your neckline, pull it back a little bit, your neckline complete, and then both edges should be sewed up and all the raw edges and seams hidden. So now at this point, we need to do the sides of the bodice. And I don't know why, I always find this part more confusing than the other part. So let's see if I can figure it out here. I'll pull it. So I have the back closest to me and the front over here. And you're going to pull this up here to your corner, so match that up, and you're going to match this seam right there, so in the middle of both. So you're going to match that one up and your two sides, and that's what you're in fact sewing, again, right sides together. So again, you're laying it flat, the front over here, the back over here. You're going to bring this side up, match your corners. You can go ahead and clip them right then, and match this corner over here. And then match those middle seams right here. And clip it there. And then the bottom. So these are fairly short sides compared to what we just sewed up. And then you can do the other side at the same time. So again, you're almost tucking your shoulder straps in to get to the sides of the bodice. All right, So now we should be left with kind of this jumbled mess. So you have your arms, your shoulders, and your neckline all tucked in, and it's just the sides of the bodice that are here. So you should have almost one seam going right across the middle. And we're gonna sew up these straight edges right from one edge all the way to the other. So bring it over. So again, make sure your right sides are together. Excuse me. And your edges are lined up, and go from one end right to the other. Make sure your middle seam is lined up nicely. There's one side. Still losing one thread. Sorry, I'm gonna have to rethread this one more time. Keeps catching. All right, so now you're going to go to the other side, and you know what, this is a little bit loose. I'm gonna go over it one more time. That thread broke. All right, that's much better. So go to your other side where you have clipped, and start at one corner, match them up. And again, make sure your middle seam is lined up nicely. There we go. So now you can clip your threads and open it up, and we should have our completed bodice. So here we have our front, the neckline nicely covered, the sides and the arms nicely done. And the back should be the same thing. The low back and ready to go. So if you have any questions or any part wasn't clear, just leave a message in the comments and I will try and either show a detailed close-up picture or try and clarify where you could have gone wrong. Thank you.